Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be jumping back into some more Create and getting our building on. So I hope you guys are ready. As we start off today's journey, I got a lot of ideas running through my head. One is up in here, I want to have a storage facility type thing, sort of a medieval style maybe going with. And then also over here, we'll have a medieval style factory. I'm super excited. And then we're also sort of in this mystical sort of biome where water is purple. Like, this is going to be a really nice place for this. And I want to keep everything within this little biome. As you can see, the biome is very vast out in this direction. So I want to keep things definitely to where we're at and also keep things in close quarters. I want things to feel nice and cozy. And that's kind of the theme I'm going with for this. So I'm picturing going up here. I already cleared out some trees, going up here, and like I said, having this become a storage facility / silo, something like that. And we're gonna get that done today. And then over here also, like I said, have some kind of, like, I want to flatten out a lot of this ground, leave the back here. I want to leave this and have like a wall running up the side, and almost have it reinforced into the back, into the ground. And just turn this into something that actually is starting to resemble kind of an industrial area, kind of an industrial part of this world. And that's going to give us some space to hopefully get ourselves, for one, immersive engineering set up, because we need to be making coal coke and steel, and then also allow us to get some crate work done over there. So have a couple of crate machines, maybe a water wheel on the outside, or multiple water wheels in there, running some stuff, and maybe have some rail tracks kind of going back and forth, and we can incorporate stuff into our storage facility, which is going to use simple storage. Of course, to make this all happen, I need to make some blueprint paper, and it is as simple as doing this, taking lapis. Now in this version of Minecraft, lapis can be turned into blue dye, and then we just combine that and we'll get ourselves some blueprint paper. And silent gear is going to be pretty nice. We can make ourselves an excavator blueprint and also a hammer. So we can mine a 3x3, and we can also excavate an area of dirt and then sand and everything in a 3x3. Going to be very important. Very, very important. And I kind of have some materials built up here I want to try and use. So we have this bismuth ingots, and we also have the crimson ingots. So this, I believe it says malleable and lustrous, but this one says fiery, and I believe this smelts blocks. So if I can get this to smelt stone as if it's silk touch, that would be amazing. And I want to incorporate this into at least the hammer. And then I want at least one of these. I want one diamond, and the rest I'm going to have iron. And I want to try this out. So it also allows us to put a rod in. So let's go ahead and put this here. And actually, I think one of these sets like that. If we look at the recipe, that should be a hammer. I think it's telling us there's a bunch of different items we can put in here. So hopefully... Oh. Okay, I'm about to say, where did all of our stuff go? Okay, let's get back to this. Let's see if we can't... Maybe we can't combine all this. We'll see. This will give us a hammer. So let's put one of these pieces in there, and then also one of these pieces. So its traits are showing that we have fiery 1. So if we put 2 of these in here, will that give us 2? Okay, so it's just 1. Okay, and then hopefully our durability is pretty nice. Durability is only 600. Does it give us more durability if we... Okay, so the diamond's only giving us 16. Wow, but that should give us a harvest level of 3. And would this be a harvest level 3? It is. So the diamond's really not changing much, is it? Probably just leave that out. And just take some of these extra traits, because this is going to give us brittle. And I don't really want that. So, you know what? I'll go with this for now. And then what I can do is I'll make also an iron rod. And that will definitely help with the durability on top of that. So now we have 780 durability. Not perfect, but it's better than nothing. So I have to say, this hammer is really good. Look at this. Like, we're plowing through here, and the durability seems to be holding up fairly well. Now, I haven't been able to test it on cobblestone, so I kind of need to find some cobblestone to see if it actually smelts it. I don't... Ooh, there's diamond right there. Look at that. All right, so let's head. I think there's some cobblestone up here somewhere. That would be a good test right here, right? This is a cobblestone wall. This is one of our mines. Oh, man. What does it even do then? If it maybe it has a chance of smelting? I don't know. Maybe what does fiery actually give it? Maybe when you hit something with it, it sets them on fire, like kind of like flame. That's probably what it is. So this is definitely a way to test. Let's get this monster spawner going. All right. So, okay, maybe it doesn't even set them on fire. I don't know what that enchant does. Oh man, poison is not fun though. Whew. Did I just get I got a zombie skull. Look at that. So I'm kind of hoping these guys drop something good. At least not in the lava. Come on now. Oh, he dropped lapis, string, bone, blocks. Very interesting. A bunch of bone blocks, actually. Huh. And the cobweb as well. So walking over here, you're definitely going to be like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff changing. Right here is going to be the storage facility. It's mostly going to be kind of like a silo. Think of it like a storage silo, except for the top's going to kind of be, I don't know, a little bit more rustic, I guess you could say. And this is sort of the layout I'm kind of going for. So right over here, I want my immersive engineering machines, and I want to have some kind of like pipe looking things kind of taking up the steam and stuff that they would be producing. And these are actually 3x3 areas that these, like the coke oven and the blast furnace, all those go in like a little 3x3 multi-block. So I'm going to put those in there. And then right here we have little 5x5 rooms for, you know, whatever else. Maybe I actually hollow this out, make it a solid room. And then we have this massive 9x9 area, which gives us a lot of space. Now, this little area is also going to be decorated. And I'm also trying to take this, and I want to make this look like a giant retaining wall. And so what I want to do is actually have this go like 3 tall here. And then I'm going to back this up 1 block and then take it up 2 and then take it up 2 more until we get to the top. And I'm going to have it like a nice brick, some sort of brick mixture in there. It might even be this dolomite because we have a lot of this material. And so I might do like some sort of brick, and there's some mossy materials you can use in the stone cutter. But so far, this is the work I've got done. I can tell you now, I have been at this, you know, I usually start around 10 p.m. I know it sounds crazy. I do record these kind of late sometimes. But that's just, you know, it's just life. But at this moment, it's already 1:30 in the morning. So I got a long road ahead of me. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, the wall is definitely built, and I think it looks really good for the materials I have available, you know, for me. It did take a lot of time though, and it could use a little bit of TLC maybe on the edges, roughing it out, but I think maybe planting some trees on the edge will make that look a little bit better. I did the same here to kind of go with the same theme. Now, I really want to come up with an idea of the shape for this. I don't know if I want a little housing unit. I think I want this to all be enclosed. And on the outside, it's just something that you kind of walk up to. And bam, all of your stuff is in this storage system. And then down underground, we'll run our piping. So it'll just look kind of like a just simple... I think I'm going to go with a little design like this, where you got 3 on this side, a little gap here, 3 again, and then we come forward right here with another 3. And this will give us a good, like, circular shape. And then it gives us a nice little 3x3 in the center, and then on the edges here is where we can put our storages. Now, I have a specific type of storage that I want to use, and I think it's going to work just fine. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. This is actually one of my favorite building tools. It's called a trowel, and it comes from cork. And you notice I have these blocks in my hotbar. Well, what this trowel will do is it will randomize the placement of the blocks. So it'll pick a random one, and that will be the one that goes down. Yeah. So you kind of can vary blocks a lot when you do this. And that's really what I want for this early pass here of this material. And yeah, I'm using this like dark kind of material, because what I'm going to implement here in a second is like right here on these corners is going to be a wood material. Then I'm try and blend this in right here, these spruce logs, and have this resting on a log. I'm still trying to decide on, does this fit properly? Like, does this fit the whole aesthetic of the design? I think it does. I think that is going to be perfect as long as it's resting on that block. And I need to make this not too tall, but it needs to be tall enough that I can fit a good amount of storage in it. And also I want it to look like it's tall, you know, at the same time. So it's, yeah, I need to be like at least like this tall, like minimum. So I want your guys' honest opinion in the comments. I know it doesn't look rustic or anything, which I'm not really going for a rustic, like to make everything look like it's broken, but does this fit? I think it fits. I honestly think it fits kind of well with the create mod, which is kind of what I'm going for. And it should fit very well with the simple storage, which is also what I'm going for. And I think this is all I'm going to be able to build for today. I do want to build this, but this is going to be a progression. Like, this is going to be something that requires a lot of work. And I really love these bricks. Gabbro bricks. These things are amazing. Like, I love that. Well, I guess that's the way it is, right? Yeah. No, that's the actual name of the brick. So I did go ahead and put to use the sideways slabs by holding down shift. You can do that. But to get started here, I need to get simple storage up and running. And inside here is going to be our system that we're going to run everything. Now I plan on just putting a ladder up, and inside that ladder, it's just that ladder's going to allow us to go up and down. So let's go ahead and make a ladder real quick. Or not. Did ladders change? Oh, they actually require wood? Like a big piece of wood there. Interesting. There we go. Anyways, so we have the ladders, but simple storage network is really what I want to get into. And you can see it's going to require blocks of quartz, which we've already gotten. Stone slabs, I've already made a saw. And just some gold and some crafting tables, and we're good. Like a dropper, like none of this stuff is really hard to craft. I have the storage system all ready made and ready to go. Now, I'm going to be using these slotted chests. These are from the Essentials mod, and they are fantastic. They are double chests in a single block space. So all I need to do is I need to get 16 of them placed just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook these all up with link cables. These are the ones that are right here that they say on there, used to connect inventories to a network. I was kind of confused at first because I was looking at these and I was like, no, I don't think that's right. It says right here, inventory link with filtering options. It may be able to link to an inventory. I'm not quite sure, but these are the ones that's supposed to be connecting an inventory to a network, which is what we're currently doing. So keep that in mind. And all I got to do is hook these guys up like this, get them all connected here. And this should run a network all the way to this. Place our heart, our master, place our crafter, and we should be able to place items in maybe. Okay, well, maybe not. Let's try this real quick with just a chest, because I almost wonder if those essentials are going to work. They may not. I almost want to bet that that's the reason why these are not working, because this doesn't need power or anything. This is a network that should work solely off of just being connected here, right? So we have this. Let's just place a chest right there. Doesn't even have to be accessible. I just want to run this into here, and yes, it's because these slotted chests don't work. So luckily, in this particular version of Minecraft, we kind of get lucky here, right? I'm going to actually kind of line these up like this. You can see, and that's going to be 16, which fit in perfectly. Just like this. And it's actually kind of a cool design, almost like a stepladder. And because chests can be placed directly on each other, it's actually not that big of a deal to have chests in here. And we kind of occupy the same space. Now, we are not getting a full double chest full in this, but that's okay. Like I said, this is a temporary storage until we get into refined storage later on. This is going to work out just fine. All right, let's go ahead and place this down. Now check. Oh yeah, everything is going to fit in here just perfect. And this is already way more storage than we currently have available here. At the moment, I'm getting ready. I got some stuff cooking up, but I want to go ahead and get our coke oven up and running. That way we can, of course, later on get ourselves a blast furnace and maybe even a kiln and get some other stuff going to get ourselves kind of started with immersive engineering. It's going to be a fantastic mod to get into, especially since it has a lot of cool looking blocks that I think would kind of go steampunk style and would make some of these builds look really good. But I did want to take the time just for a second, and I wanted to say thank you to my Patreons, and specifically, as I said, I'm going to be acknowledging at least one Patreon every video, probably for as long as I remember, right? And I really wanted to say thank you to That Epic Tragedy, my man, coming in clutch every time on Patreon and on Twitch. Such an amazing dude. And like I said, I want to say thanks to you. It's just, yeah. I can't say thanks enough to you guys. Those that are Patreons, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get this one as well flipped over now that I have some white dye, because I think that looks a little bit better having that dye color there. Now that I have this, we can go ahead and make some coke brick. Very simple. Now, I do need just the right amount. I think it's 21 actually is how many we need. And then we also need a hammer. So I have just about everything ready to go. The only thing left is to craft ourselves a hammer from immersive engineering. So right over here is where this is going to go. And I actually want these raised up off the ground a little bit. So let's go ahead and place this down. And like I said before, this is a 3x3 multi-block structure. And yeah, oh, I need a little bit more. I think it's 27. Not 21, it's 27. It's been a little while since I've played around with immersive engineering, so keep that in mind. It's been a little bit. There we go. And so yeah, this is all we needed. And this is a really cool machine here. And we're gonna kind of find out why it's cool. So once we get this placed, there we go. And then you whack it with your hammer, and it turns it into a coke brick oven. I know, fancy. And inside we have a nice little interface here, and you can see that we have a couple slots. There's a liquid slot over here. There's something goes over here. I don't know what, right? But that slot over there is made for coal. And this is going to turn into coal coke, which is actually a better form of coal. We're basically upgrading our coal. Now, you can get away with using like this. You can get away with using blocks, right? Or with items. Or you can turn these into blocks, and you get a lot more creosote oil out of it. That's what that liquid slot is for creosote oil. If I throw this in here, it's going to start working and converting each one of these into coal coke. Now, I don't think... Oh, it is right here. So here's the coal coke, and as you can see, for each coal, you're going to get yourself 500 millibuckets of creosote. And we actually need some creosote oil to be able to get into immersive. It really helps. And I mean, honestly, we could find a village. I don't know how villages work in this terrain generation, but we could find it. But we need to let this kind of process. You can see it's pretty slow, right? It's pretty slow. It's going to take a little bit of time. And we need coal coke to be able to process steel inside of a blast furnace. So currently we have no way of getting slime. And that's a big proponent to this create mod. And later on there is going to be an easy way to get slime. We just need to get into Botania. But for right now, we're kind of limited. We could potentially find a swamp, which I think is going to be very unlikely given the fact that these biomes are very large. And I don't have a great way of traveling yet. But if you look here, we have this mixing component here. to get into this. But we also have this dough that we need to make. And dough is a process in itself. We need to get ourselves wheat flour. And as you can see right here, we kind of need a millstone. And this may look, you know, challenging to get a millstone. It's actually a fairly simple machine to make. And you can see it requires a cogwheel. And from the looks of this, I think a cogwheel is what powers it. So we would also need some kind of gearbox setup in order to get this going. We already have power. Of course, this right here is powering this, but this is more than fine. We still have residual power here. So we need to tap into this. So at this point, one of the components we actually need is going to be a belt. I mean, to really get this to work properly, we're going to need a belt. And I can't currently make a belt as I don't have kelp. I need to go to the ocean for that. Luckily, I know where the ocean's at. So hopefully we can go over there, grab some kelp ourselves, and hopefully we grab enough and come back and cook it up, and that's what you make belts out of. So I actually found this along the way. I believe that's a waystone here, but actually, waystone's not even important. I want this flower from Britannia, because this flower right here, I believe makes lime. Yeah, makes lime dye, which is exactly what we need. Later on, we're going to need as much lime as we can get a hold of to make that slime. But also want to check out this waystone. Like, can we break these? Oh, these are just out in the world? Oh, that's going to be so helpful. When I get to the ocean up here, I am placing a waystone at the ocean, and maybe we'll find another one along the way. Who knows? That is fantastic. And here we are at the magnificent ocean with a lot of like different flowers here from the upgrade aquatic. I am going to go ahead and place that waystone down though and activate it. And we can, can you name this? Click to delete. There we go. We can rename it. There we go. Ocean, labeled, good to go. Why are you acting so crazy? You not like sand? Must not like sand. He's not putting his feet down. You are being so weird. Oh my gosh. That's gotta be... I wonder if that's a quirk thing, because that's kind of hilarious. Alright, so something I'm looking for is kelp, and I see it a little further out, but... you know what? I could just do this. Let's just take these guys. These jellyfish give you slime. No joke, we can cook that jellyfish and it will give us slime. Anyways, I still want the kelp though. I still need the kelp. Wow, you gotta love the underwater mechanics that this version of Minecraft has. It is just, fantastic. So even though I do have access to slime, it's not a whole bunch of slime, right? So what I want to try to do is I want to take this little setup here and see if I can still get it to work and see if my brain is going to function properly enough. So I went ahead and made a vertical gearbox that should hook into here and giving me a vertical shaft on the top. So that vertical shaft can go right here. And then I need a brick of some sort. That's what I'm going to use right here. Hopefully belts can go vertically. I'm really hoping so. Well, you know what? Actually, it doesn't have to. I'm going to try it though. Let's try this. And technically, I should be able to get this. Actually, I can get this cog on the ground and this on the ground. So this cog needs to basically power this thing. I'm going to place this. And then we'll place this down here. This can go here. And I'll extend this up. Put a belt here to here. No, that doesn't function. But I know this cog would definitely work with this gearbox. So, okay. It's a little bit finicky. But I know it definitely now I can get it to work. But still, belts? Why wouldn't a belt be able to go sideways? It totally should. Totally should be able to go sideways. And then this can go here, right? And then that gets this stuff working. Okay. And then I throw wheat. I just throw wheat in there, right? Like, you just throw it in? And it outputs? Let's test that out, too. I'm slowly but surely learning this mod, right? If you can't tell. Oh, look at it. It's starting to grind up the wheat. Okay. And then it's just going to spit it out? Or can I put like some kind of hopper under here? Or actually, there's some other things. Probably put like a conveyor underneath that. I'm going to have to figure out how these vertical cogs and stuff work, though. That's a little bit different. Oh, you right click and you can pull it out. Very interesting. So we have ourselves some wheat flour. Well, I think that's a pretty good start. We're getting somewhere. And then this wheat flour can then be used to make dough, and then dough with some lime will give us slime. That's one of the many ways that we can actually make slime. Of course, we can always find the biome to get slime. I wish there was maybe there is more mobs in here that drop it. That would be really nice. Slime, I always find slime is something that takes a little bit of time to get. Even though it's a vanilla resource, I always feel like it's not always something that's easy to get. And every mod requires it, right? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. This video today took a lot of time. I'm pretty sure, I told you earlier, it was 1. It is now 4:04 in the morning. I'm signing off. I'm getting off here. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day if you're watching this. And as always, thanks for watching.